he was never able to build a temple for worshiping the Lord, his God. Now you remember that this is what the Son is saying about the Father. Now, you remember that my Father couldn't really get a lot done. Not as far as getting a temple or a church built, or doing the thing that he really wanted to do for God as it pertains to ministry. I'm paraphrasing. And the reason why David couldn't do it is because David spent a lot of his time, a lot of his energy, a lot of his anointing fighting other countries, other nations, other people who was around him, who had an opposing agenda, an opposing ideal, a demonic and a satanic issue with David. And so while other kings could easily build what they wanted to build and do what they wanted to do for themselves and for God, as it pertained to building a house, well, David couldn't do that. His son Solomon, one of the most beautiful things that ever lived in the Bible, beautiful in every way, richest and wisest man that ever lived, he confronts another king. He says, I know what happened to my father. I know about everything he'd been through. I know about everything he went through while fighting, while contending, while dealing with adversary after adversary. I know what he went through. And I also know, even myself, I know that my father was a man after God's own heart. He's saying it right here in the text. Let me read it again. All right. Let me read it again. Verse 2. And Solomon sent this message back to King Hiram. You remember my father David had to fight many wars with the countries around him. See, when you're really anointed and you're really called and you're really chosen, and God has really, really placed his anointing on you, and you poured his anointing on you, your enemies are not the people next door. They are not, look, it ain't nobody in those small places. David's enemies were countries. He had entire countries that would come up against him. I want to say this. I wasn't going to say it, but let me give you what I saw. I saw this, and I want to